Welcome to another day Alexa's World. Today I wanted to discuss the basics of figuring out harvest yields when it comes to your grow. When to weigh, what dry weight means, and what is considered a good yield. I get a lot of emails asking me to judge if I think a certain yield is considered good or bad. So here's a couple things to know. First, there's two kinds of weight. Wet weight, which is the weight of cannabis when it first gets cut down and still has all of its water mass, and dry weight, which is the weight that cannabis reaches after the initial drying is done. Don't weigh your weed right when you cut it down. That's a waste of time. There's no point weighing cannabis until after it's gone through at least a week of drying. Cannabis loses a ton of its weight fast. Within 24 hours after you cut it down, typically about a third of the weight is gone. A total of 1 week after harvest, and your buds lose an incredible 70 to 80% of their original weight. Now they're at the dry weight. This is when it's time to do your weigh-in. Now, how to know if you got enough weight for how big your grow was when everything is said and done? If it's an outdoor grow, there's way too many factors to tell if your weight was good based on one harvest. You'll kind of have to measure your success just by quality of buds at first. But in an indoor grow, you can use the gram per watt ratio. It's probably the simplest method to measure your success in terms of quantity. You count how many watts you have in your flowering phase light system and how many grams you produced. So let's say you have a 600 watt HID bulb or some equivalence of that, and you have produced a total of 300 grams with that light bulb. That means that you harvested 0.5 grams per watt. If you fail to achieve half a gram for every watt in your grow, that's a bit low. 0.5 to 0.9 grams per watt is pretty typical in this day and age with the quality of gear and genetics out there, and assuming that everything during the growth went relatively well. 1 gram per watt is a solid goal to aim for nowadays, and if you can exceed 1 gram per watt on a consistent basis, then you know you've become very skilled. So there you go, guys. That's a little bit of quick information about yields and wet versus dry weight. Hope you have a good one, and hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, be sure to subscribe. Hit that like button. See ya.